What's going on, everybody? Gonna take a look this evening at Tesla, March 7th, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. This is going to be a daily chart. We are on the tradingview.com platform website. So really not too much going on here in recent days with Tesla. I do see we are down today was 4%. But we're basically still stuck in a trading range. So you can see we were down today. Another big red day down $33. And we are basically not in much of a trend here for Tesla. So let me throw up a box. So we're in this range here, and this range can last for a while. Let me draw this out to the right-hand side. We've been whipsawing in this range basically since that late January timeframe, whipsawing up and down. Put in a low so far on the 24th of February, and then we have bounced once again, and then you can see we found some resistance at the 200-day right here on my screen. That's that red line. So we're basically in this giant trading range here shown by this white box. And the thing is, we don't know how long we will stay in that range. We could continue to trade up and down for weeks or longer. Or we could get a massive move any day now to break us either to the downside or to the upside. So we've kind of taken a step aside here from Tesla. There really isn't much for us to do here besides just wait for this thing to decide which way it wants to move. Now you can see that we've been in a more of a longer term downtrend with the lower high followed by a lower low, and then another lower high, lower low, and we will see if this is a confirmed. Well, so far it is a lower high, and what we want to see is, now this is going to be for the bullish scenario, we want to see a higher low come in here, and we want that low to be higher than this low here on the 24th of February. We want to see that be a higher low, and then from there, we obviously want to see a higher high come into play, giving us that confirmation that a new uptrend is in place. If we do undercut this low here on the 24th, that would give us some pretty bearish scenarios. If that happens, we really don't know how low the price could go. It could drop quite quickly. We really don't know. You can see over it on this time frame right here, looks like that was the 28th of January. When we did undercut that low, it was fast. We had an undercut on the 23rd, and then the 24th, which was a big wick to the upside. So sometimes you'll see that too, is you'll get a sharp move below the low, and maybe that day you'll get a close down there to follow by a whipsaw move back to the upside. Markets tend to rise over time, so you'll get those sharp moves to the downside, likely to be followed by reverse moves to the upside. So we really don't know, but from a bullish scenario, if you are bullish on Tesla, you really don't want to see this low get undercut. That could spell some trouble for Tesla. It doesn't always mean that the price will drop quite quickly, but that definitely could play out. It could just mean more. Let me get a different tool here. It could mean just some choppy downward price action before we start to see a higher move. We don't know. But like I said, we're just stuck in this trading range right here. And we have been. So there's really not much for us to do for Tesla besides just wait for it to decide, is this thing going to break out of this range to the upside and get bullish once again? Or is it going to roll over, undercut that low, and start to trade to the downside? Now, it really depends on the overall markets. I can tell you one thing, there is a lot of fear in the markets and around the world right now. If we take a quick jump over to the CNN Fear and Greed Index, it has been a long time since we have seen an extreme fear reading of 12. So markets bottom when we get to extreme fear levels like this. So this is not sustainable either. So we will not stay down in these levels for, forever. Usually we'll get extremely oversold in the market, and then we'll get a massive move back to the upside. So if I take a look over here at the SPY, which is the S&P 500 ETF, you can see that we were at extreme fear levels down here in the end of March in 2020. And then we obviously have had a massive uptrend. But markets tend to bottom on extreme fear. And people least expect it because markets are usually ahead of all of the news. So markets will bottom when the news is at its worst, and markets will top out when the news is at its best. So now this is SPY. Don't forget, anytime now we could see a bottom. Maybe we'll undercut that low on the 24th of February. Today was pretty ugly. I still think that is the low for the market. Obviously, we should know soon enough. We could know by tomorrow. If it gets undercut, then that was not the low. But I'm sticking with that until it's proven otherwise. Now, this could be nothing but a higher low right here and setting up a lot of fear, getting close to that other low, that 24th of February. And we could see a new move to the upside with a higher high come in, and that would be the higher low. We will see. Let's jump back over to the Tesla chart. So also we're sitting right at this, I think it's like 796 area is a Fibonacci level. And that is where we found support here. That also correlates with this high back in here. So it would be nice to see Tesla find support at an area where it used to find resistance. So that will be nice. If that happens, we should know soon enough. But right now we are just neutral on this stock. We are neither long, we are neither short. Like I said, we are waiting for this thing to decide, is it going to break out of this range or is it going to break down from this range? So unless you are selling strangles on Tesla, so you would sell calls above the market and then you would sell puts below the market, and those positions make money as long as the price stays in between. You're both short strikes. That is a whole different scenario. That is for the option traders. But we're not doing that, so that doesn't really pertain to us. But that is the play you would take right now, at least in our opinion, if you are neutral on a stock. And right now, we are neutral on Tesla. So that's pretty much my opinion here. We need to see some more movement. We need to see a trend start to take place here. Now, I did say this is a downtrend, but it is a choppy downtrend. So we will see. Obviously, moves like this are not sustainable, this parabolic move to the upside. And we could be seeing nothing more here than just a downward trend here, letting the price consolidate a little bit before the next move higher. But that is just an opinion. We don't need to do the guesswork. We need to just wait for the price to tell us what it wants to do, and then we will hop on board. And right now, in these choppy markets, it is better for us, not financial advice, just to sit on the sidelines with certain positions, let all of the noise iron itself out before getting back into a position. So a quick wrap here. We really want to see this low hold here on February 24th. If that low does get undercut, we could be seeing more downside to downside choppy price action for Tesla in the future. You could also get that scenario where it drops very fast and very far, and then you could potentially see a bottom come in place. You can think of it like they call it the bathtub analogy. When you're draining a bathtub, the water speeds up when it gets to the bottom and then it drains super, super fast. Well, what they'll do in the markets, you'll get a plunge like that, and that will wash all of the traders out just to be followed by a move back to the upside. So that is to the bearish scenario. To the bullish scenario, like I said, we are looking for that. We are stuck in this trading range here, and how long we stay in this range, like I mentioned, we don't know. We could be whipsawing in here for a while, or sooner than later, at least this would be good for the bulls, we will start to see a move higher. And then we would get more bullish on Tesla. But right now, we are just sitting on our hands. And there's no reason, in our opinion, to tie up capital in a position that is just going to whipsaw up and down and not really make any headway. And this is pretty normal price action. So if you took out all of the news around the world and all of the negative things unfolding, when Tesla gets too far away from its 200-day, like it did here. Now, the 200-day I mentioned is the red line on my chart. It pulls back to the 200-day. Now, maybe that's correlated with negative news, whatever the agenda is at the time. And then it continues its trend back to the upside. And what are we seeing here? We saw Tesla get a little bit too far away from its 200-day, and it has pulled back. Now, will this be the top for Tesla? Well, time will tell. Maybe it's a blow-up top. Who knows? But when a new trend starts to develop, whether that's to the downside or whether that's to the upside, no worries, because we will be back in those trades. And if we start to get back up to those highs, you can guarantee we'll be in a long position. So that is my thoughts here on Tesla. We're basically in a choppy range. And so far, we have found support at that fib level, which is right around that 796, I believe, which correlates with this high up in here. And so far, I think this is the bottom. But if we undercut that, then that will change. So that's my thoughts on Tesla. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. It's either gunshots or fireworks. So it's a little odd. It's very windy out, and I don't know who would be lighting off fireworks in these windy conditions. All right, everybody. So keep your eyes on that low there. And if you go ahead and throw a box up on your charts, basically right in this range here, keep your eye on that. Look for the price to either break out to the upside past this range or to the downside. And that'll give you a little bit more clarity on what's going on here with Tesla. Keep your eyes on the CNN Fear and Greed Index. Markets can only stay so oversold for so long, and then they will get a massive move back to the upside. So are we getting close? I think so, but we will see if the lows hold. And check out the SPY as well. See if that low holds, which is also on the 24th. All right, everybody. Thank you to all of the new subscribers. Thank you to all of my current subscribers. Thank you to all who are using the links down in the video description. Helps support the channel. Greatly appreciate it. If you are interested in trading signals, this video is about Tesla. Then we have a Patreon group where there is Tesla trading signals posted on there on a daily basis. That will be linked down in the video description. All right, everybody, have a fantastic day. Keep your eyes also on the overnight futures markets. That'll give us a little indication of what will come tomorrow on Tuesday, March 8th. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.